Hey guys, I'm Steph and welcome back to my beauty stash. Today we're going to be playing around with the new Emerald palette for May from BH Cosmetics. This is part of their Birthstone eyeshadow palette series, and let me open this up so that we can take a peek at what this new palette looks like. These palettes are only sold on the BH Cosmetics website and they do retail for $9 a piece. I believe you can still find the previous months, so January through April, they are still available on the BH Cosmetics websites. I have picked up those other 4 palettes. So far, no problems. They've all performed really well. So of course I wanted to add this one to my collection. Let me be honest, I had higher expectations for the color story of this palette. So when I saw it on Instagram, I was a little bit disappointed. It didn't feel to me like this is what I was expecting for the Emerald palette. Now, I feel like I was expecting something more along the lines of the Pistachio palette. This was released last year. This is part of their Sweet Shop collection, and I don't believe this one is in stock at the moment, but I think I was expecting more shades along these lines, and then we got this. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll have to play with it. We'll have to create a couple looks. But for me, this is more of an Emerald palette than this is. I do like the larger shade right here, and they always do one larger shade that represents the actual Birthstone. So I feel that is representative of Emerald. But some of these other shades, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I feel like if you have the Avocado Toast palette, which this is a really good palette, I feel like you have some of these shades already. And here you can see them. They're really similar. So I don't know that if you have this bigger one, you would feel the need to get this one unless your birthstone is Emerald and your birthday is in the month of May. Then maybe you would want to pick this one up. But if you're just buying just to buy because you like the color story, I would recommend going this route. And I know we haven't even played with this one. I'm just going by color story. This is definitely a more versatile palette. And you do get pretty much the same shades minus the pressed glitter, because all of these palettes do contain a pressed glitter. So if you don't want a pressed glitter in your palette, this one has no pressed glitters. It has some amazing shimmer shades, and of course the matte shades are on point. So just wanted to throw that out there. This one retails, I think, for like $18. If you can still find the Pistachio palette, I want to say these palettes were like $20 or $22. And then of course this one is $9. So we're going to be creating 2 looks with it. I've already gone outdoors and swatched it. It is a rainy, stormy morning here in South Texas, so if you hear some thunder in the background, that is what's going on. We are definitely getting some much needed rain right now. All right, guys, let's jump into this 2-look tutorial using the Emerald palette for May. So if you want to see the 2 looks I'm going to create, keep on watching. I'm going to use a little bit of the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer in the shade 1. Now, I did pick up the Birthstone makeup brushes from the BH Cosmetics website, and they are so pretty. I know I showed you guys these. I think I showed you guys these last month because I've had them for about a month, and I still haven't even photographed them, but we're going to use them today. These are really pretty. I love BH Cosmetics brushes. All of the handles represent the different birthstones, and they are really, really nice. So if you're collecting these palettes, I think you'd probably want to add these to your collection because they definitely are pretty, and I absolutely love and recommend BH Cosmetics brushes. So we'll play around with these today in creating the 2 different eye looks. Let me just kind of separate the face brushes from the eye brushes. So really quick, here are what the eye brushes look like. You get a lot of different sizes in there. I think these are all the brushes that I'm going to need to be able to create today's 2 looks with. So let's dive into the Emerald palette for May. And up here at the top, it does say you make them green with Envy Emerald. All right, so let's see. There's only 2 mattes in this palette. You have this matte right here, and then you have this matte right here. So I guess let's start with this one. Let's do an all green look first. And I'm going to be using the Peridot brush to blend that into the crease. So this is blending out really, really nicely. And you can pack it on, and of course you can build it up where you need to. And no fallout. A little bit of kick up in the pan, but overall a very nice shade. Okay, so let's leave it like that. Kind of have our shape defined there. And I'm gonna use, let's see. Now let's just dive right into the shade Emerald. And let's put that all over the lid. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna use the Opal brush for that. This is what it looks like. Well, am I gonna use this one? Actually, no. Let me use the Sapphire brush for that. I like to spray the BH Cosmetics shimmers, so that's what I'm gonna do. I like to spray all my shimmers. What am I saying? I've always enjoyed using BH Cosmetics eyeshadows, in particularly their shimmer shades and just their overall highlighters. Like for the face, I've always thought that they make an amazing shimmer, an amazing highlight. I'm gonna kind of leave that part empty because I'm gonna go in. I think there's there's another green here. And I'm gonna add that. This is a pretty shade. Like this embodies the word emerald. But some of the other shades, I don't know. Okay, so there's a brown shimmer, and then the brown shimmer's right here, Hard Worker, and then Restless, this one right here. So I think I'm gonna try Artsy AF on the outer portion, same brush, just opposite side, and I am gonna spray it. Now I'm gonna go back in with my first brush, which is Peridot, just to blend. Now I'm going to go back in with Restless, and I'm going to work that along the lower lash line. And I'll be using the citrine brush for that. Some right there. I'm just going to take this other brush and blend that. All right, so now for the inner corner, I guess we're gonna go in with this one right here. This one is called Total Package. And I don't have a little, let's see, I don't have like a little pencil brush. So I'm gonna use this one from rephr. This is the 03. And I am gonna spray the shade as well. Ooh, that's pretty. You know what I think we could do is I'm going to pick up a little bit of the shade Total Package with my finger. I'm just going to bring that right here. Kind of just make that sparkle a bit more. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, so this is what we got. I'm going to put on some liner and mascara, and then I'll come back and show you guys the completed look number 1. Alright guys, so this is the completed look 1 with the Emerald palette from BH Cosmetics. I added a little bit of the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof eyeliner, and where did it go? Oh, here it is. This one is my favorite eyeliner, so 9 times out of 10, if I have a black eyeliner on, This is the one I'm using. And then for the lower waterline, I went in with this one, and I'm sorry to say that I don't think Maybelline makes this shade anymore. It's like a khaki green shade. It's called Jade Olive, but NYX makes the shade almost identical to this, so I will have the NYX one linked in the description box because I haven't been able to find this one online. And then that's it. I added, oh, mascara. I went in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, trying to finish this one up. And this is the look that we got. Let's jump over to the right eye and start creating our second look. All right, so since we have an all green look, I thought we would use some of the, like this maroon shade here, and maybe this brown shade, maybe even the pressed glitter. So let's see, I'm gonna pack this all over the lid, and this one is the shade Stubborn, right there. And the brush I'm gonna use the Opal brush to do that with. Okay, now you'll notice that I didn't take it up too high. I literally just left it right here on my lid. Now I'm gonna go in with, let's see, I need a little blending brush. I'm gonna go in with the turquoise brush, nothing on it, and I'm just gonna blend right here, kind of upwards into the crease, but I'm not gonna take it too high. You can see where it's a little patchy there. I will go over that. It is really coming down. I think you can hear that, right? Okay, that shade took a little bit of work to blend out, but I think you'll see it has like a little bit of patchiness right there. Let's see, I'm gonna use a rephr 14 brush. This is a little bit different, and this one's gonna help to blend out right there. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, well, we're gonna kind of cover that, so it's not really gonna show too much, but yeah, I didn't like the way, it could have just been the brush I was using too. This is a different brush, as you can see, than the rephr 14, so. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, do I wanna use the pressed glitter? I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. And I'm gonna go back in with the sapphire brush for that, and I am going to spray it. That's a pretty shade, and it looks really nice packed on top of that first shade. Those are really nice shades together. Ooh, this is a nice smoky eye. All right, now I'm gonna go back in with that same shade, and I'm gonna apply that on the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna dip into another rephr brush, and this is the 26 brush. And I'm using it because it has the point. I'm gonna spray it. I'm not gonna go all the way into the inner corner. That's where we're gonna apply our highlight. All right, now let's see. We have our pressed glitter here. That's what it looks like. I guess I'll just, let's see. Kind of just do like what I did over here. Got a little bit of fallout. I didn't use glitter glue either. Just flick that away. That looks pretty. Okay, now for the inner corner, I'm going to go back in with the same shade that I did on the left eye. And I'm going to use my rephr 03, spray it. All right, so now let me add some mascara and liner, and I will come back and show you guys the completed look. All right, guys, so this is look number 2 with the Emerald palette for May. What do you guys think? Definitely nothing emerald about this right eye. We went more for the brown shades that were in this palette, and I think they all did a great job. Minus this shade right here, having a little difficulty applying it as far as building it up and blending it out. But I think that could have been the type of brush I was using, because when I went over to the rephr 14 brush, that really helped to blend it out a lot better than the BH brush I was using. But then again, they are 2 different types of brushes. So save the day with that. For eyeliner, of course, went back in with the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof eyeliner, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and for the lower waterline, I went in with this old one from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Bourbon, and I'm almost out of it. I'm just trying to use it up, and this is the look that we got. Really happy with the way both looks turned out. So now let me give you guys my final thoughts on the Emerald palette for May. Alright guys, so overall, I think the palette is cute. I don't think this is the color story I was expecting, but I was still able to create 2 really nice looks. I just, like I told you guys in the beginning, I was just hoping to see something more along the lines of the pistachio palette, just to kind of include some of these bright greens in there and those shimmer shades versus these shades that we got here. But all of the palettes that they've been releasing, they tend to have some neutral shades in the palette, and you know, I guess I can understand why, because they want this to be a completely cohesive palette that you don't necessarily have to do a complete green or blue or red eye look with. They want to give you a little bit of variety, so if you want to do something more neutral with just a pop of color, you can. So I guess I do like that about these palettes. I don't know. I was expecting some brighter green shades. I do like this emerald shade right here. That was really pretty. And so is this green. Like, this is a nice one, but for me, I just wanted brighter greens. But overall, guys, for $9, comes with a mirror as well. Not bad. And you do get free shipping on it when you order from the BH Cosmetics website. The brushes I used were great. Really pretty. No issues there. And yeah, guys, I'm happy I picked it up regardless of what I think of the color story. It's definitely going to be something I reach for in my stash, and I'm displaying all of these on one of my beauty room shelves, so they look really nice. I'm adding more each month to the collection. Now it's time for me to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this Emerald palette? Were you expecting something more along the lines like I was, more of a brighter green color story, or is this the color story that you envisioned for the palette? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed watching today's video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And I will have the rest of the makeup that I'm using linked in the description box in case you want to purchase anything. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up buying, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.